Hello. We are on a big time crunch today, but we wanted to get this episode in because Now You See Me 3 just came out. Now You See Me, Now You Don't, which
I think they had to make a third one because the second one wasn't called Now You See Me, Now You Don't.
yeah. But this one also, spoiler alert, this one also left it up. Do you think left it up to make more?
Yeah.
Because this movie, so the first two, Rebecca, Rebecca, run it down for us actually.
For the first one,
No, for this one.
for this one. Here's what happens in
Recap.
in the movie. We got Atlas or no. Right? It's three kids, right? They're just like magicians. They are kind of living in this abandoned apartment, and it starts off with them kind of scheming, making their own kind of four horsemen-esque heist, impersonating them, and they steal this guy's phone, and he's like small fry, little, just a little bad person that they scam from. Then Atlas hears about it, goes asks them, and he's like, "Hey guys, the Eye told me you guys are important. I got the card from the last two movies. The Eye does the card, and so you guys gotta be part of the crew because the Eye told me to." And they're like, okay, I guess. One of them's not really into it. The other two are like, oh yeah. So they're like, here's the deal. There's this lady. She's in South Africa. She mines diamonds in South Africa, and also does money laundering for terrible people, and we gotta take her down. She's bringing out this huge diamond in Belgium. We're gonna go to Belgium and we're gonna steal the diamond to rub it in her face. They do this little heist, which is good. They swap out the diamond, nice little clever little switcheroo they do there. While they're escaping, they kind of fumble a little bit, and the other horsemen come and save their butts. Then they go out and they're all together and they're like, I got a card too. I got a card too. We've all been sent by the Eye to come work together. And they're like, actually, I don't want to work with you. Like, we broke up. Like, our buddy got in jail, and I don't want to work with you guys because all the movies they kind of don't really like each other, but kind of do. And so eventually they'll decide, okay, fine. I sent us here. Oh my gosh, there's a map. Let's go to the place on the map. It's this place in France that the Eye used to be at when they were fighting Nazis in France. And Morgan Freeman's there. Yeah, I couldn't tell you what his name is in the movie, but he's there. He's from the other movies. He shows up. He's like, "I'm here too."
Isn't his
Uh,
name Thaddeus?
yes,
Okay, not important.
Thaddeus. He's like, "I'm here too. What's up? We're supposed to look for something in the house that's gonna tell us what to do." And the house is like full of like these tricky rooms. There's a room that rotates. There's a room that's mirrors. There's a room that's like perspective. They have this scene where they're all trying to impress each other. And they do like magic tricks. All of them do magic tricks one after the other. Just like, okay. And then the police show up and they take the girl from the younger kids and they take Woody. What is his name in this? What is his name in the movie?
It starts with an M.
Whatever. They take him. They're taking him to the police, and the diamond girl, who they stole their diamond, she goes and she kind of wants to take the girl out of the police custody into her own custody. So everyone's like, we gotta break her out. They go to the prison, the jail. It's like it's not prison, just like where she's being held. They do some disguises. They break her out. Surprise! It's the fifth horseman from the last movie. She's there also.
Whoa.
Oh, they stole two guys. It was him and Jake and
Jack.
Jack. Yeah. Steal them out. All good. Oh no, we missed one. They got Woody again.
Merritt.
Merritt. Um. So they're like, we gotta trade the diamond to go get him back because, oh, I forget. While the police got them from the place in Paris, he got shot, he got dead. Rip. And so they're like, we're gonna trade the
Thaddeus.
Thaddeus.
No, you were talking about
Okay,
Merritt and
I'm confusing stuff. Merritt is being kidnapped by the Diamond Lady. Thaddeus died in the Magician Castle in France. And no, I keep saying Paris, but I mean France. And so they're like, she is doing an event in Abu Dhabi, Abu Dhabi, the UAE, Abu Dhabi. It's gonna haunt me forever.
it
Um,
probably didn't even it probably won't sound different on the audio, but it was
I
wrong.
did say it wrong. I go to the UAE because she's doing this uh F1 esque. She's doing racing. She has a car that she's gonna show off or something. That's also where she keeps the safe for the diamond. So she's gonna go there, and somebody has been calling her this whole time, been like, I want the diamond, or I'm gonna kill you and reveal all your secrets." Say kill you? I think it's just reveal all your secrets. And so she's like, the diamond got stolen from me, but now I have it. Now you come meet me," even though she has no plans to do that. She takes the diamond, takes to the. I'm skipping a few parts. She takes the diamond. She's gonna go. She's gonna. She doesn't have the diamond. She's getting the diamond from the horseman. When the horsemen give her the diamond, she traps them all in a box of sand. The sand is falling. They're gonna drown in sand. Um, yeah. While they're being trying to get out of that, she goes into the safe. She goes into the safe, the bunker that they're putting the diamond in, and yeah. Cut back to the horsemen. They immediately they're there for like maybe 2 minutes, and they're like, well, I guess we're gonna die. And then they're like, wait a minute, we can actually do stuff about it. They break a pipe above, spills water into it, thinking that the water is gonna wet the sand, breaking the glass, like other magicians have. Like that's how other magicians failed. Like their tricks went wrong because the sand got wet. So like, we'll just do that. The water comes in too fast, and now they're gonna drown. Then she's like, "Oh my gosh, I have a diamond ring. Diamond can break glass. Breaks the glass with a diamond. They all escape. Happy times." Um, so they all go meet up with the kids who are doing distractions. The lady in the safe goes to the safe. She is putting the stuff away, and oh my gosh, it's the guy on the phone. It's the kid from the group whose name I don't. Charlie is
Mhm.
his name. Why do I remember his name and not the people that I've known from many more movies? Um, and she's like, "I'm the guy. Your dad was a Nazi, right? He cheated with your mom on the housekeeper. Housekeeper died in an accident. Cut the brakes. That was you. I'm the kid who was in the car. I'm also the rightful heir of the diamond. And also you suck." And she admits it all. And oh my gosh, it wasn't the right safe. They were on stage, and everybody saw. Gasp. And so he's like, "I'm gonna give the diamond back to the community and happy endings." And it wasn't the eye that brought us here; it was me. And we go to the end. They're having a party. Oh my gosh, hologram! It's the guy from the prison, Mark Ruffalo. He he is like, "Welcome to the club. Welcome to I. I'm not actually in prison. I lied to you." Cliffhanger. End scene. That was a poor
It
retelling.
was. I've seen the movie and I had trouble following that.
Yeah. There's a lot of things going on
Anyway,
at different times.
here's my biggest complaint. Okay, I thought it was like it was not the best movie I've ever seen, but it was still on like if it's black and white, good, bad, it was on the good side of movies. Um, my biggest problem with the movie is I think Now You See Me 1 and 2 are great. I love those films. I think they're great. You agree?
I like the first one a lot more than I like the second one,
Okay.
but I
Well,
will agree.
I think the first two are great. What the first two have that this one doesn't have is the entire time they basically go, this is the heist magic trick that we're going to be doing. And then throughout the entire movie, they are setting up other smaller tricks and different things to like lead you to this big heist, including misdirection along the way. But you're like, well, this is the heist we're doing. So like then at the end, you think you know what's going on, but then at the end it is like a big reveal. Whereas this one, there's not really like a clear, concise, this is what we're doing, because you have the OG horseman and the new young, we're gonna call him the new young horseman or whatever. The OG horsemen like don't know what's going on. They're like, well, the eye told us to get you, but like we don't know why because the kids set it up. So really, the eye had nothing to do with it. Therefore, the horsemen, the OG horsemen, have nothing to do with it. So like, there isn't really like a big, this is what we're doing. They kind of get there with like, we're gonna steal the diamond. But then like so much other stuff happens where it's like, we're not we're not really invested in what's going on with the diamond anymore. So it's like not fully cohesive. If
The things that actually happen do follow the first one. The problem is who knows about it. Because I'm like, the audience doesn't know about it.
Mhm.
The original Horsemen don't know about it. So it loses everything.
I guess in a more concise way, I'm trying to say the one and two, the audience thinks they're in on it, and then it's revealed that they weren't. This one, the audience is not in on it. So then it's less of a good reveal
Yes.
when you find out what happens. That being said, I think that the magic tricks and the fighting, the trickery, the whatever, all of the stuff that comes with a Now You See Me movie was very good, but everything else in between was not.
I will agree.
So like there and what I felt like was happening was there was a lot of talking out exposition all throughout the movie, and that immediately really just tanks the writing for me, like how it's coming across, how these actors are then portraying these characters because they are having to say all of the exposition. Like, I don't know if you felt the exposition in this movie.
I no, I agree
Okay, okay,
completely.
okay. Because like there were multiple moments. I cannot pick it out off the top of my head because I've only seen it once, but like they would present this thing. Okay, oh, actually, here's a specific
In the
example.
castle.
Well, the castle, I'll talk about the castle in a second, but like the horsemen all get a card, and it's supposed to be like the eye sent me this card to tell you that this is what we're doing. They all get this card, and they're like, well, now that we've saved the younglings, what do we do now? And they're like, I don't know, what do we do now? And then Charlie's like, there's something on the back of your card. So they like put all the cards together and they're looking at it and they're like, oh my gosh, it's a map. And then immediately as the audience, we go, oh, we needed all the horsemen to be together. And then they proceed to tell us we couldn't have figured it out until all the horsemen were together and came back as a group.
I will say his character, he says a lot of things, and I still think it's poor writing, even though it technically makes sense for his character because he knows what's going on. But I still consider it poor writing because he's always just like, oh, doing something, everyone else is having a conversation, exclamation! The next thing we're going to do. And he does this multiple times. He does it twice in the castle. But
Yeah.
like, he's, I don't know, I just am frustrated with that.
Yeah, so like the actual tricks and stuff themselves were great. Loved seeing them. And then so like in the castle there was a lot of those tricks and they have different rooms and each room is kind of like its own trick. And so they take a whole bit of time to like they kind of pair off and each group goes to a different room. So we're like seeing this really cool house, seeing all these tricks inside this house. And then the police show up and are then chasing them throughout the house again. And it's they're like, "Oh, we're going to use the tricks to trick the police." I and they went back to the same group of people went back to the same rooms that they had already explored. I wish so badly that they had then showed us four new rooms with four new tricks. So then it would just would have made the castle even cooler, that bit even more where it's like
Yeah,
they went back to the exact same room and we're seeing the same trick again, so it's less cool.
I agree with that. I feel like that part also doesn't make sense for the story because they're like, the police, let's all split up and look for a way out. and let's all check the rooms that we already looked in.
Hmm.
And then they don't, they go back to the room that they started in to find a way out.
Yeah.
And I will say, specifically for the perspective room, you've been in one of those rooms, right? Where you look
Yeah.
big far away with.
Yeah.
When you're in the room and you're not looking at the room, I feel like it's not that
Not that
tricky.
trippy.
Yeah.
Yeah. But for the audience, it
Yeah.
was good. That was probably the best room watching it. Um, because there's like a room with like a bunch of stairs and a bunch of mirrors. That feels very similar also to the hallway of mirrors that they go through.
Yeah.
And then what was after the hallway of mirrors
They
that they
had
found?
the twisty room with the
No,
picture.
no, that Charlie and
Oh,
what was after that? I don't even remember. Because they
mm,
go through the hallway of mirrors to get to some other place, and I can't remember
I don't
where they get
remember.
to. Anyway, and then there's a room that spins, but it's like you're seeing the same tricks over and over again, just in that specific house. So like that was good, but it could have been even better.
I feel like there were a lot of stuff. This was throughout the movie, but especially in the castle where like it doesn't make sense for them to figure things out. Like, so
Hmm.
they're walking through the hallway, it's upside down. They're like, "Oh, trippy upside down." Ah. And they go to there's many paintings on the wall and they go to this one painting and he's like, I figured it out. Number 1, how do you know you're supposed to be figuring something out? Number 2, he just like he doesn't do anything and then he leaves and then he turns it and then turns a little bit. I figured I don't like that. And then he does the same thing. Charlie, again, it makes sense for his character to know that it was there because he put it there through the stupid painting.
Yeah.
Because he's like, oh, he made fake things. Maybe this is fake, and sticks his hand right through it. I'm like, that makes no sense.
I felt like this one, like we've seen one and two, and we have like love the Horsemen, which is why we came back for three. But this one felt like they were now setting up the new younger Horsemen, and I wanted more of the OG Horsemen. They felt like they were there just for the jokes in this film, whereas I wanted them to be doing the magic again because
Yes.
they're supposed to be the greatest magicians that we've ever seen. And now it's like, well, these young kids are like, because then if they had done that, the OG horsemen doing all this incredible magic and the OG or the new kids being like, wow, you guys are so amazing. And then the twist at the end is that the kids actually set it all up. That would have been more of an impact because you're like, oh, they're better than the horsemen, but the horsemen really weren't that great in this movie.
One
So,
thing I talked to you immediately after we watched it, this is a lot of me just hating the writing in this movie. Specifically, like, when people write this kind of teenager, like, and it's poor writing, I hate how they act, and they're not good at making them look cool, and they're not good at making them look awkward, and so they always are like, there's a part in the castle, and this happens again throughout the whole movie, where they are trying to upstage the horsemen through magic tricks, and then the horsemen like have their own magic tricks to go back at them. They kind of go back and forth and are trying to like showing each other their cool stuff. And it just makes everybody look stupid instead of making everybody look cool because they're not, oh, look at this magic. It's look at this magic, you look so stupid.
yeah.
It just doesn't work.
I did like that they brought back Lola. As far as the things I had seen, she was not in the trailer or anything like that. So I liked that they brought back Lola. I do like that they had Ruffalo's character in it, but I don't like that it was just a throw-in little thing at the end. It had to have been scheduling conflicts because if he didn't want to be in the movie, he wouldn't have been in that thing at the end. But then like because it was supposed to be like a big twist of like, oh, his character is actually not in jail. But it was kind of felt like a throwaway thing so that they could set up the next movie. Whereas I don't know. I don't know how they would have done it um better, but like him actually being there, being part of the trick might have been cooler. I don't know. I I would have to think it out some more, but I think I could come up with something better.
Give it a week.
And that's just me. That's just me. But I do like that Lola and Mark Ruffalo at least made an appearance. We had the OG, all four OG Horsemen and Morgan Freeman back, so that was good. Um, my one thing that I'm just wondering is how much did Breeze pay for that ad placement at the end? Because
Yeah,
it was ridiculous.
I okay. In like early 2000s TV shows and stuff, there's a lot of product placement, and they're always like, look at that, oh, whatever. But I never expect it in movies.
Hmm.
And in this movie, it was like,
It was like the camera
give me one of those
zoomed
drinks, and
in
they're like,
on the different flavors, and they were like, "Which one
oh,
would you like? It's so tasty and so refreshing.
hey, would you like
Everybody, come try one of these." It was like, are we being serious right now? Ad placement is supposed to be like subtly put in, but like in a way that you
like
or be like,
it's in their fridge and the label's facing the
yeah.
camera, or like,
But like it was so in your face that now I don't even want to breathe. I don't care what it is. It took me so out of the movie and it's like at the very end where everybody's like, "We did it. Good job." And it's like, "Would you like a breeze?"
it felt like a commercial.
Yeah, it did feel like a commercial. Like it was ridiculous. And that was the first thing I noted down after we ended the movie. I was like, "What the heck is going on with these breeze?" Like the breeze, I couldn't even tell you what it was. I was just astounded. Like anyway, they and it went on. It wasn't just like, "Oh, these are really good." It was like merit.
Everybody, stop what you're doing.
Merritt multiple times was like, "These breezes are amazing. Like, I cannot believe how good these breezes are. Do you want a breeze?" And I was like, "What is happening? What is happening?"
It feels like, when like they get
If
like a
this wasn't,
corporate script and they're like, read out
yeah,
all of these words, and you're like, I love breeze. Would you like one? I
if
would
this was
like
an
one.
end credit scene, I wouldn't be as mad. But it was like fully, it was supposed to be like the big ending of the film, and it was like ad placement, ad placement. It was ridiculous.
Yeah,
I think I have to be realistic about this and give it a 6.
I was gonna give it a 6 because so when I immediately rated it, I rated it a 5, and then I was like, but I did enjoy it. I did enjoy it a lot more than I thought. I just have problems with every level of the movie.
My thought process was it's not an 8. Eights to me are like really good Okay, actually, okay, hold on. Tens are no notes ever. Perfect.
What, do you have a 10?
Moulin Rouge.
Okay.
Moulin Rouge, I can't remember it because I just started doing the IMDb thing. I know I have Moulin Rouge as a 10. Scream might be a 10. No notes. Love. Clue might be a 10.
Clue's quality.
I can't remember. Anyway, so like 10 is no notes. 9 is like you were almost perfect, but there was just like some nitpicky things that like dropped it down to a 10. 8 is like an incredible movie. So this can't be an 8 because I was not blown away by it. And so I was like, "Oh, 7," because the magic tricks were amazing, but everything else in between was not. So I think that has to drop it down to a 6. And I also feel that I need to reevaluate how I'm scoring all these movies.
You're coming to the same problem I am, where like
I'm too
in
generous.
one episode you're like this is how I'm scoring it, and then
Hmm.
then you actually want to put something to score, and you're like, oh well, that doesn't seem fair.
Cause, cause I think I've rated a lot of movies 7 and 8s recently, and this one just, I don't know, feels less than what those have been. So realistically, I feel bad for giving it a 6, even though it does not matter to
That's
anybody.
that's the opposite for me because I was like I was planning on rating this poorly, but I did enjoy watching it,
Yeah.
so
So,
a
but
little
like,
boost.
but because I'm like, oh, 6 is not that good. But really, like, 5 is average. 5 is supposed to be average.
Supposed to be.
So it's better than an average movie, but like it did not blow me away like 1 and 2 did. One, I
One
think is
was
an
really
8.
good.
I think one's an 8. Two, I'd have to rewatch them, but just off of memory, maybe 7.5. So like I still think 1 and 2 are really good. And I would watch those again before I watch this one again. Realistically, I think it's a 6, but sorry, sorry to this man. Anyways,
Yep.
and that is literally all the time we have. Um,
Yeah.
so let us know what you thought of the movie. Um, and should the Horsemen come back. I think if they do another one, the OG Horsemen will not be a part of it, and it'll just be the young kids, which I don't like as much.
I I just hate the kind of characters they are. I just hate that. Write people better. Just
Yeah,
yeah.
which anyway. All right. Well, TTFN. See you, love you, bye.